title, The Curse of Christmas is Past. Once upon a time, in a small town nestled between snow-capped mountains, there lay a tale of haunting echoes that lingered over every festive season. It was a story woven into the very fabric of the town's history, known as the Curse of Christmas is Past. Act 1, The Ghostly Visitor.
For generations, the town of Everwood had been haunted by a ghost that appeared without fail on each Christmas Eve. The ethereal figure, draped in tattered garments, wandered the cobblestone streets, leaving behind an aura of melancholy and a chorus of unsettling whispers.
The locals knew him as Old Ebenezer, a name whispered in hushed tones during the season of merriment. Nobody dared to speak of the ghost openly, for fear of attracting his attention. It was said that Old Ebenezer sought solace for a long-lost tragedy, but the details were shrouded in mystery. Act 2, Attempts at Negotiation. As December approached, the townsfolk couldn't escape the palpable tension that hung in the frosty air. Each family devised their own strategies to negotiate with Old Ebenezer. Some left offerings of candles and winter berries on their doorsteps, hoping to appease the restless spirit. Others performed secret rituals passed down through generations, all in a desperate bid to ward off the ghostly visitor.
Yet, every Christmas Eve, the mournful wails of Old Ebenezer echoed through the quiet streets. Families gathered in dimly lit homes, their faces etched with worry as they braced themselves for the annual encounter with the spectral presence.
Act 3, A Desperate Town Meeting. One fateful year, as the town collectively sighed under the weight of the curse, a courageous soul named Clara proposed a radical idea during an emergency town meeting. She suggested that, instead of trying to fend off Old Ebenezer, the community should come together to uncover the truth behind the ghost's torment and find a way to bring peace to his restless soul.
The proposal was met with skepticism and fear. The townsfolk had grown accustomed to the age-old tradition of avoidance, but Clara's conviction inspired a few brave souls to join her quest for answers.
Act 4, Unraveling the Mystery. Clara, accompanied by a small group of curious individuals, delved into the town's archives and ancient manuscripts. Through dusty pages and cryptic writings, they pieced together the tragic tale that bound Old Ebenezer to Everwood. Many years ago, Ebenezer Scrooge, a once prosperous and generous man, had succumbed to the shadows of greed and selfishness. On a fateful Christmas Eve, he turned away a family in need, sealing his fate and triggering a curse that bound him to the town as a ghostly reminder of his transgressions. Determined to break the curse, Clara and her companions sought out forgotten relics and mystical artifacts. Guided by the cryptic clues left behind by the town's wise elders, they embarked on a perilous journey to find the key to Old Ebenezer's salvation. Act 5, Redemption and Reunion. As Christmas Eve approached, the group discovered an ancient ritual that could lift the curse and free Old Ebenezer from his spectral shackles. The ritual required the town to gather in unity, to confront the mistakes of the past, and to offer forgiveness and compassion to the lingering spirit. In the town square, beneath a canopy of twinkling stars, the townsfolk assembled, their hearts heavy with anticipation. Old Ebenezer materialized before them, his form flickering like a candle in the winter breeze. Clara, the torchbearer of redemption, stepped forward and spoke words of understanding and forgiveness. The townsfolk, one by one, shared tales of kindness, generosity, and love that they had experienced or witnessed throughout the year. The icy grip that held old Ebenezer began to loosen as the collective warmth of the community thawed the bitterness of his heart.
In a moment of ethereal brilliance, the curse shattered like fragile icicles in the morning sun. Old Ebenezer, no longer a specter of sorrow, stood among the townsfolk, his countenance transformed into one of gratitude and peace.
Act 6, A Joyous Christmas Reunion.
As the clock struck midnight, nailing the arrival of Christmas Day, Everwood erupted in celebration. The curse that had plagued the town for generations had been lifted, replaced by an air of jubilation and newfound unity. Families embraced, tears of joy mingling with the gentle snowfall. The town square transformed into a festive wonderland, adorned with twinkling lights and the enchanting aroma of freshly baked panettone and steaming cups of chocolatata. Old Ebenezer, now a benevolent presence, joined the revelry. The townsfolk, once afraid of the ghostly figure, welcomed him into their midst, sharing laughter, stories, and the warmth of newfound friendships. And so, in the heart of Everwood, where the magic of Christmas had triumphed over the shadows of the past, the townsfolk celebrated a joyous reunion. Old Ebenezer, once a symbol of haunting sorrow, became a cherished part of the community's festive traditions, ensuring that the spirit of redemption and forgiveness prevailed for generations to come. I hope you liked the story. Keep practicing a lot and you will get the results. Subscribe to this channel.